Welcome, everybody, to a special season-ending, season finale edition of the Undisrupted podcast. I am one of your hosts. I'm Carl Hooker. You can follow me at Mr. Hooker, and I'm joined by the talented, the creative, and the soon-to-be very spicy Dr. Adam File. How you doing, Adam?
I'm doing well, Carl. How are you enjoying the start of 2021?
2021 is doing pretty well for me. So far, so good. We're only about a day and a half in. But yeah, so far, so good. You might want to check your, you're also getting a little pixelated there, Adam. So I don't know if you need to switch over to the hotspot or not, but you're getting a little bit pixelated on my end. Hopefully the viewers out there can see you. I can see you and hear you. So I think we're okay. All right. So we're going to try this, guys, everybody. This is a very special edition. We're going to skip all the stuff. We're not interviewing we're going to interview each other. But Adam and I are both inspired recently by the Hot Ones Challenge. Those of you that don't know, the Hot Ones Challenge on YouTube got some great interview techniques going back and forth. So we decided that we would challenge ourselves to do this as well. So we see that Felix and Matt, thank you to those of you that are joining us live. This will be recorded and also posted on as our season finale and Matt was actually on the podcast. So was Felix, actually, a previous guest appearing up on the feed. We are right now live to Facebook, our Facebook page. Check that out at Undisrupted Podcast. We're live on YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, Hooker Tech TV, and also on Periscope, that is the Twitter as well. So Adam, what thoughts? Why are we doing this? Talk me out of it. No, he's frozen with anticipation, folks. Well, while he's getting his stuff sorted out, I'm going to switch over to our hot wing camera here. So, Adam, I'm going to ask you to kind of get reconnected there because we're about to try. This is the bad thing about we do live television or whatever this is called, folks. Things can happen. Internets break. And here it is, folks. This is the challenge. So we are doing a total of 8 sauces that you can see right there. And looks like most of them we've kind of went through and did some Scoville ratings. The hottest one, the Melinda's, is 1 million according to the internet, which if you believe it or not. We did a test run of a few of these, and they were mostly, I would say, inaccurately rated. I mean, because the first couple were not very hot. So we made sure we rearranged the order. We put kind of our own Scoville ratings on them based on what the internet came up with. So hopefully, Matt just commented, I think Adam just realized this is a bad idea and he dropped off the feed. So it's going to be me doing this live if we do it this way. But Adam's coming back on in just a second. He's going to get reconnected as well. So again, so looking at the different wings, we're going to get started with the first one here. And Adam's coming back on right now. So I'm going to bring him back in. Let me get him back up onto the stream. Hey, there he is. He's back. How you doing, Adam?
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Now you sound good and we see you well. Everybody was pretty convinced that you had left on purpose because you didn't want to be a part of the challenge.
You know, I thought about that. That was definitely on my list of things to do, was to run far away from here.
Do not start 2021 that way, my friend. So we're going to kick us off with this one. This is Frank's Red Hot. Frank's Red Hot. You get this at grocery, not really grocery stores, but restaurants. You'll see it quite a bit. It's about 450 on the Scoville rating. It's not too much. So I'm just going to go. I made myself I tried out an air fryer actually the other day. So I did some chicken nuggets here, did some air fryer there. I just kind of slathered it on everywhere. Now I will go ahead and say, I don't know how you are, Adam, but I can't get super spicy. So I'm a little bit nervous when we get up to these higher ones.
Well, the good thing about Frank's Red Hot, you can put this stuff on anything. I think that's how the ad goes.
Very good.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So I just took down the whole thing, which was probably dumb because now I'm going to be chewing while we're on live. And sorry for those 7 of you that have joined or are watching this live now. They're wondering what's going on. All right. So we're going to go back and forth as we ask questions. We're going to try to make it through this as best as we can. I'm not going to eat the whole thing next time. Go ahead and start us off.
All right. So this past year has been crazy. I know, I started off the year with high hopes and all this fun stuff. Actually, the weekend before everything shut down, I got a trip down to Orlando. But we had all these conferences and things planned for this year. So question to you right now. When do you see the first conferences starting where people are face-to-face doing all the stuff we love at these conferences again, presenting, seeing your friends, all that fun stuff?
As you call it, convocation, I believe.
Convocation.
When do I see that coming back? I think that and we talked about this. We have a group chat that we talked about it in as well. But I would say that probably the smaller conferences are going to come back first. I've gotten asked to be a part of one in, Matt's screaming in the chat. He's like, soon, please. I'm going to be a part of one in March in Denver. We'll see, because again, outbreaks everywhere and who knows what, for a principals conference. I'm actually keynoting that. So I don't know. I hope it'll be in person, because I just like to kind of try it out, and it's supposed to be pretty spread out in a room and vaccines and everything. But if I had to guess, I would say probably summer. Summer is when we'll get started. What do you think in terms of that? The big conferences, maybe even later than that?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those. Looking at it from my perspective, I can't see a major, like the ASCD, ISTEs, TCA. I really don't see that happening at the scale we're used to till 2022. I think, like you said, smaller conferences are dipping their toes in the water. After that, then I can see, people stepping up to the plate and really wanting to jump out there and try something.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna find out more. I think, we'll get into this kind of in our bold predictions too, so I don't want to give it away. But we might be crying by then, so I don't know. So let's go on to the second one. We're moving on to Tapatio here. Now, Tapatio, another one here. This is a favorite. You'll find this also at a lot of restaurants. Kind of a good little basic salsa picante there, going on with wing number 2 here. So I'll let Adam take his first bite, and then I'm going to take mine after I ask the question. That was a good bite. So Adam, I just got one of those Oculus Quest 2 things, and it is amazing to me and my kids. I know you're not supposed to play with it unless you're 13 and up, but my kids and I have already explored several things that are kind of like, I feel like, on the verge of game changing. We've been talking about virtual reality for years, so this episode's all about what's hot, because we're hot as well. And here in a minute, what do you think? When do you think virtual reality will ever become a part of education, or will it?
Until it becomes affordable for all, it's still one of those fringe types of technology. If you can go back maybe about 10 years, when you had some of those vendors really trying to push those 3D TVs and things like that, the goggles are going to go into classrooms and stuff, it was still very fringe because it was really too pricey and not practical.
Right.
And so I do see it in some capacity, but until that price point really comes down where it becomes something as ubiquitous as a cell phone, I really can't see it changing the game and what we think about in the classrooms. I don't know. What about you?
I think the same thing, man. I was talking to my dad the other day about TVs, and we were talking about how, remember when the first flat screens came out, those 42-inch things, they were $10,000, and you'd see one, like you walk into like an atrium of like a Hilton or something and see it, like, ooh, look at that amazing flat screen TV. Now you can get like 3 for $100, at Sam's. So it's only a matter of time, I think, before that happens. So yeah, I think that's where we're at. Moving right along, guys. We're on to, again, we're going to do 8 of these. This is Valentina's Salsa Picante. Scoville rating, we're looking at around 10,000 on this. So we're getting a little bit hotter now. We're probably into what I would say the jalapeno range would be. Jalapeno business here. So, I poured that a little bit heavy there. Oh, well. I'm going to need some napkins here in a minute. And the kids, I'm sure, are going to be enjoying this too if they're watching it.
This was kind of thick.
It does. It goes on a little bit thicker. It's a little thicker sauce there, and I think I can actually do some fancy stuff with this. We've just started playing with this technology. Let's see if I can actually change my layout here a little bit. Nope, maybe it won't. Nope, that's good. Oh, I can do that, and I can do that because there's 3 of us. There we go. Well, you can see the hot wing cam up there. All right, here we go. So I'll let me take my bite while you get ready to ask the question. Oh, okay.
You're trying to feel that one a little bit.
A little bit. Go ahead. This is gonna be trouble. This is only number 3, folks. We're in trouble.
I feel a little bit.
Yeah.
Not enough. I mean, it's enough to be like, okay, that's some hot sauce.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm feeling better. All right. We got 20 people on live now. Good job. Thank you, Felix. I'm glad you're looking for some hot wings. Those of you on YouTube or on Twitter, you can reply there. Also on the Facebook page. Thank you so much again. Adam, go ahead. Question number. We're on question number 3 on sauce number 3, Valentina's.
Yeah. All right. So in our podcast this year, you said a lot of different things. LMS has been something that's been popping up a lot. And you have some teachers who are all in, and you have some teachers who are still kind of like hesitant about it. Like, what do you see as the turning or the change that's going to happen this year with LMS? Do you see them changing? Do you see major buyouts? What do you see happening in the big change with LMS platforms for this coming year?
I don't think we've seen everything yet. I mean, I still think there's something that's missing out there when it comes to LMS, and that's that it's not really ready for prime time in terms of like, it's just not, the usability is just awful on a lot of these things. Thank you, Blair, with a comment there. Thank you. Like you're fluting flute on your podcast. Yeah, that's good. Yes, right. Yeah, we're going to add that. We need to get these sponsors. So I think in terms until it turns into something that's, and I'm not saying TikTok or something like that, but when it's something that's a little more user friendly, I don't know that that's out there yet. I think we're still missing the boat on that. So I'm hoping that in the future that it gets more user friendly, or maybe it's bought out. I just think the standard LMS is a beast and a monolith. And unfortunately, or fortunately, or whatever, we've all been forced to use it because of remote learning. And now we're starting to see a lot of the glaring flaws of it. So maybe there's still some hope in the future that it'll become, a little something different. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, my biggest issue, and it's always been this way with LMS, is just not enough content there. Because at the end of the day, if you use an LMS, now you're asking teachers to be content creators, and also deliver material to students. And a lot of them don't necessarily want to do that. It's kind of like when you talk about test creations, our teachers really good at making tests. Not all educators are really great at making an assessment. They can teach the content well, but they may not be able to make an assessment. So when you start talking about an LMS, I may be a great teacher, but I don't know how to create digital content. So I think that's that big gap that you have with any LMS, whether it's Google Classroom, Schoology, Canvas, you name it. I think that's the big gap. And I don't want it to turn into where one of the your big name textbook companies just kind of buy up one and sell some canned content, but it has to be something there. I think that's the big gap that we're seeing.
We're still waiting for that one LMS to rule them all, and it'll have some sort of new name or something, maybe like Centava, which is the next type of hot sauce that we're moving towards here, by the way. We're moving up into the 50,000 range on our Scoville's here. So now we're getting over the hot. This is habanero extra hot for those of you that are seeing out there. This is
quick habanero story. First time I didn't know how hot habaneros were, and I was making a meal and I actually used some habanero peppers, no gloves, just chopped them up, and I was had my contacts in at the time, wiped my eyes and everything. It was the worst. My eyes were swelling up. I couldn't get my contacts out of my eye. I had habanero sauce. My wife had to run in. I was like, get some milk. I had my head over the sink, pouring a gallon of milk on. Yeah.
That's a bad.
So I have a history with habaneros.
Okay, so this one's actually kind of tasty. Oh, hey, Kelly. Kelly's joining us as well on the Facebook page there. Hey, Kelly Green. There's a shout out there. Thank you for those of you who are joining us live. This one's got it's got some smoky flavor to it. It's still burning. So I know that this is we've reached another level of hotness. Starting to get a little bit of a nose thing happening here. So
I kind of feel that one toward like the back roof of my mouth a little bit.
Yeah.
I was watching the Hot One show in preparation for this, and it's true. The hot sauces burn different parts of your mouth.
Yeah. And Brian, another former guest, Brian's joining us saying he's waiting for the 75,000 range. It's coming, Brian. Trust me, it's coming. All right, for this next feature, this is a fun one. This is this is just like the Hot One show. They do something called Explain That Gram. So what I'm going to do is Adam, this is for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share your Instagram right now. And for those of you that don't know, Adam is quite the shoe aficionado. So if you look at his Instagram feed here, quite a lot. What got you into tennis shoes, into sneakers, into all these fancy, colorfully clad Converse? You got a ton of them on your Instagram page here. So tell me a little bit about these. Oh, I like that one.
Oh. Well, it's one of those things where I had to try to keep it with my wife. She had like way too many shoes, and like we had a nice closet, and I needed something to fill in my shoes. No, but seriously, like they're comfortable for me. Like some people hate Converse. They said they're flat. I have like size 13 and they fit me comfortably. I really like the way they feel. And you know what? They're cheap enough where I can buy them and I can coordinate with my outfits. And it just became my thing. I mean, I really like them. I mean, it's just one of those things.
I'm jealous. As someone who wears size 14s, I can't get anywhere near these kind of shoes. So I'm always looking for shoes like that. I'm not saying you have small feet, but
you know what 13 is like at that perfect number. Is like, because right at 13 I can find them, but like after you get there to 14, I know what you're saying. You got to go to the big and tall. I'm not saying you're big, but it's just one of those things.
And by the way, shout out again, Kelly saying, Christina, he's blaming you for those the wives that we got. Okay, so We're moving on, folks. We're on to
I'm sweating a little bit. I don't know why.
We're moving on to Yellowbird. Now, this is an Austin original here. So for my neck of the woods, this is a habanero made in Texas. This one scares me just with the color because it's not a regular kind of red that you would expect.
I taste a little bit on my finger just now, which is
okay. We're in the 80K range. So Brian, your wish has been granted. We're at about 80,000 now on this one. And again, moving right along.
All right, pull up your gram. Can you pull your gram on that?
I can, yeah. Let me see what I don't know if you want to see what's on my Instagram, but we can go ahead and take a look.
While I was looking at yours, I was creeping on yours, and I saw a lot of family pictures, a lot of stuff. So, as those of you know, Carl, he does this hooker trek.
Yeah.
It sounds more salacious than it actually is. What brought on you taking this like caravan trip with your family during the summers?
You know, I was raised as a kid. We as a kid, we always went on trips. So I'm gonna actually see if I can find one here. Hooker trek. So if you just search for hooker trek, there we go. Yeah, that one hits you a little bit. It's got a little bit. It's sweet and spicy. And so what we do is every summer when I was a kid, we would just take road trips. Now we didn't have Instagram or any of that, of course. Oh boy, I still haven't drank anything yet. I'm gonna keep going. I don't want to touch that drink yet. And so one of the things we did is we would go on these road trips. And this last, of course, this year we had to kind of put all that on pause. But every year we go on a road trip, we always try to make a point of like making the kids spell it out somewhere, whether it be in the sand or wherever. And it's just one of those things. And I see Andrew's happy about this as he says, Texas is in the house. That's right. Yeah, we got our first Texas sauce. Now we're stepping it up a little bit. Christina also
I think the roof of my mouth was
You got that one got you. We're not even close to the 100,000s yet. Anyway, so we started doing these trips, and then I think they started in 13. And in fact, I think this one right here, you were actually at this in this picture. You and the family. That was us in Savannah. I didn't see you. Yeah. You didn't make the picture. I guess you didn't make the gram. Sorry, man. But yeah, it's our families get to hang out, which was cool. But yeah, starting to get hot. Yes, thanks, Tana, our one of our colleagues when we did our.
I don't know if you guys can see. There is some.
Let's zoom it. Can we spot? Let me see if I could spotlight you there. Solo layout. There we go.
Yeah. There's some perspiration coming there. Whew.
Oh boy. Okay, this is getting interesting. Okay. So that was my Instagram. I feel like a sinner in church. I'm starting to forget where we are. Okay, now I'm getting really nervous. This is El Huacateca hot sauce. It's a chili habanero hot sauce.
Why? Hold up. Why is it so thick?
It comes on thick. I think it's for just, they don't want to make sure you don't pour it too fast. 100,000. My mouth is now at full flame. So this is going to be really hard as we move on to these last couple.
No, but then the hole on it so big too. Oh gosh. Why?
Mine's spilled everywhere.
Yes, mine is thicker than pork. No.
All right. Let me ask you the question and then I'm going to take a bite.
No.
You've seen all these trends with TikTok and everything, Adam. What do you think? Do you think TikTok plays a role in education in the future, or how does it influence in education? I know it's not. I know there's some teachers that try to use it as a tool. I've seen a lot of those out there. What do you think? Is it useful for learning or what? So I'll let you go ahead. Oh God, I'll let you go ahead and finish that bite. And as you do that, think about how useful TikTok is. Thank you, Kelly. Yes, the center in church is about to feel it. And I'm going deep, knee deep. I'm dipping this around and swishing around. Here we go. TikTok and education.
I know you said something about TikTok. Yeah.
Oh no.
One thing that I saw that's been pretty good is some of these teachers are utilizing TikTok to help the parents at home that are doing homeschooling. And I think that's been a really great tool for the parents at home to, tie in TikTok so you can, learn your ABCs, and be ratchet, bougie, all that,
What?
Yes. So, I mean, that's awesome. Yeah, TikTok. I really can see it helping. Yeah, helping a lot of people.
Yep.
And yeah.
I think Tana just mentioned in the stream too. Tana is Tana Reuter. Those of you guys that don't know, she does a lot of work with getting TikTok and mini PD ideas. So thanks for jumping in there too. That one, Nakosta says that one changed your whole life, Adam. Your nose is running everything. Here we go. All right. So we're gonna go to our last. We're down to our last couple questions, folks. And I'm going to go ahead and apologize. We're doing this live, and those of you that are going to watch it live, there may be some words that come out that are not censored. This will be censored in the official podcast in a minute. But here we go. We're going to move over a little bit here. Now, we're down to our last. It was your idea, I think. We're down to our last two. This is where my hand is actually shaking on this one. This is Dave's insanity sauce. And AJ's says, don't rub your eyes, Adam, whatever you do. Okay, we're at 250,000 Scobles now. And I think from what you and I have talked about this, Adam, you said you've had this one before. And this goes next level.
Yeah.
This is, oh my, just smelling it. Oh, that was a bad idea. Like
I got to ask you the question around, right?
This is now this is Renee's idea. She's claiming it. The coughs have started. Okay, I got to not do this. All right, here we go. And Kelly's mentioning sugar will stop the burn. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm waiting as long as I can.
Yo, this looks like the devil's blood.
Never. That's good. It may be. It's not coming out. Oh no, I poured way too much on. I poured way too much.
Yo.
Are there any? Okay, this is good. All right, this makes for great radio.
Hey, you remember that viral video of that reporter? It's like that black guy out in the woods. I mean, he's like talking, and then that fly goes, and all of a sudden he changes. That's what's about to happen to me in a second. This is my normal speaking voice, and then 1 second I'm going to eat this wing, and a totally different Adam's going to come out.
Yes. All right.
Okay, I'm asking you a question this time.
Let me take a bite.
All right, go for it.
That's not.
All right. Oh. What do you think tech directors can do?
Oh my God. That's too much. Go ahead.
What do you think tech directors can do to help teachers survive 2021?
I think that what tech directors can do. I had to go for the drink there. That was way too much. That was way too much, man. That was way too much. I'm
trying to knock mine off. I think I put too much on too.
No, I take the whole bite, man. I think what teachers can do to help. What was the question? Tech directors to help teachers is try not to be a roadblock. I mean, try not to get in the way of change and growth, and look out, reach out there for things that hurt. No, don't hurt. Burn. No, not burn. Things that can help and be open to ideas and changes. And oh my gosh, I'm done. That was it. We're not even done. All right. I told you, it'll make you cough and cry. Y'all, that one was no joke. Yeah, that was the rest. Brian, absolutely correct. Ashton's coming in to check on you behind you, brother. Daddy's okay, Ashton. Yes, my wife and I tried that. We didn't do that big of a bite when we did the dress rehearsal. This is bad. Are you going to the yogurt?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're on the last. We're almost on to the last one. We got to finish this. Okay.
My appendix is hot.
What do you think? What do you think tech leaders should do to help with that?
Why do people want things that hot? Why?
I don't. This is a bad choice, man. This is one of our worst ideas.
It's still burning.
It is. Okay, that the yogurt helped. And Kelly says, I think my lips are bleeding. No, that's just hot sauce. Ketchup will stop the burn. Okay. Tana's agreeing. Yes, no, thank you for those of you following along and helping us. Yes, at no roadblocks. And as she mentions, I wish that funding was there to get all the tools you desired. Try to show alternatives that can help. But learning more than one tool can be frustrating.
Yeah.
Which is true. Which is very true.
Keep it simple.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me pull up the cam because we're almost done. We're almost there, bud. This is it.
Oh, why?
This is Melinda's ghost pepper sauce. A 1 million. This is what they used to do, the last dab. You give it a nice little shake. And this is gonna hurt. As my wife asked once the question, if the Scoville rating is the rating when it goes in, what's the rating when it comes out? And that's what I'm worried about. Let's go to the hot sauce cam. Okay. Oh, that was too much. That was way too much. Yeah. Okay. We're almost done, guys. Thank you for staying tuned and staying with us. This is hard to do live because, on the show, I think they have to edit a lot of this out.
Yeah.
There's moments where people are just crying. I mean, I've got full-on tears coming down, but I'm afraid to touch my face.
Filth.
As we reach the end, Adam, and we take this bold.
I don't even know if I said anything in the past 5 minutes. I don't know. I've just been trying to.
As we reach the end, and we're getting bold, and this has been a bold podcast episode. Let's be bold. What are your bold predictions for 2021? And I can tell you one right now that's not so bold.
I'm not going to do this again.
Yeah. All right. There's my proof for those of you that are watching at home. Those of you that think we're faking it, we're pouring this on there right now. All right. Cheers. Hot sauce cheers. Okay, here we go. 1 million. This is not going to be good. What's your... All right. You know what? That's not as bad as I thought. Well, here it comes. Yeah, it's different layers.
I can't feel my teeth.
I mean, I have no idea why I have a jacket on, but I hate that I do. It's just bad. That was a bad choice. Yeah, the jacket's coming off too. So, bold predictions as we wrap up this final season finale. That one, I didn't feel like it was as maybe I just have lost all sense of everything because that one did not seem as bad, but it's got like a low heat that is now coming I feel like my skin is tingling and I don't know what to do with my hands anymore.
My bottom lip.
Remember that time that we thought it'd be a good idea? No. I'm blaming this on the wives. We're gonna get them. We're gonna get them on one of these podcasts. I did not bring the bucket. That's not a good idea. We're not gonna do that live. I'm gonna hold it in.
All right, bold prediction. All right. In 2021, bold prediction. I see some major changes being. I see some changes coming for connectivity.
I hope.
I see a change with more.
Don't laugh because it burns worse.
E-rate stuff. Connections to the home. I see connections to the home from schools and stuff. Connections being able to be paid for. I hope that makes sense. I don't know. The internet, school can pay for home internet, people and stuff.
I'm there with you. I hope that if this pandemic has taught us anything, besides the fact that we will try to do anything because we're bored at our homes, like eat 1 million Scoville hot sauce. I do think that the connectivity thing has to be fixed. I mean, at some point, that's got to be our future, man. And I don't know when that happens. And maybe it's because of the pandemic that we finally get to that point. where people realize that we need to all be connected. We need to be one-to-one. We need to have access to internet and access to devices and access to all of these things. The fact that as of the Future Ready report, we saw in April, oh no, I just touched my eyes. That we just saw in August.
Keep your hands out your pants.
There were 16.9 million people without connectivity. This is going to hurt. I know it. That was so dumb. Why did I do that? I think I'm okay. I think that was close. Yeah, I think we got to get there.
Yeah.
We got to get that better internet. And I see, thank you, Blair Johnson, for jumping in there. Better internet infrastructure from AT&T and others. AJ mentions also equally connected. Tana says, our district pays for home internet. Yeah, I think that's part of it. I think that the ability that for people to do this and to experience these things like video streaming and stuff shouldn't be just a foregone conclusion. It shouldn't be just for those people who can and can't have, the haves and have not. So yeah, I love that bold prediction. I'm right there with you. I think the one other thing, and we mentioned at the very outset when you asked about conferences, I think bold prediction wise for us, I think that conferences are going to be hybrid for now and for probably forever. There'll always be some sort of hybrid component of it.
We got to get better at doing the hybrid stuff. I think, everyone's trying to my hair is tingling. Yep. Why is my hair tingling now? I think with so many people have crowdsourced different ideas. I really hope the major players listen to a lot of these crowdsourced ideas and we become more agile in a lot of the things that we're doing in education, because it's not just about the devices. It's not just about internet. We talked about this. It's what the kids are doing. Oh man, my nose is tingling. It's what the kids are doing with the technology. All kids getting the chance to create, innovate, destroy, build. All this stuff is important when they're using, the technology, and it has to be seamless in that why are we doing this? Gosh,
this is sometimes you have these. You think something's going to be a good idea. And this, by the way, this is a great kind of a segue ender for this podcast, because I think there's times when we think that things are a great idea and then we put them out there and they're not always. But the thing is, guys, leaders out there, tech leaders, especially if you're listening to this, you got to be willing to try something different, try something new. And it doesn't mean this. Yes. And thanks, Phil. Yeah, you're turning a rare color. I've never seen my skin this color. I've never seen it this red before in my life. This is like weird. And this isn't like lighting tricks either. Yeah. And Felix with the best code of 2020% so far. My hair is tingling. Why is my hair tingling? Thanks, Felix. Yes. A lot of meme-worthy quotes coming out of this. But yeah, I do think that I hope that a lot of you enjoyed this episode. This was painful to make, but again, a risk-taking thing out there. And I think that as leaders, we have to model this too in other ways, not just by eating super hot items. But I think that's something that we need to do. And doing it out loud, I think sometimes is helpful. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes we could do idiotic things out loud. And this might be one of those moments. And we'll tell you, I'll know you in a few hours whether or not that's true. But I do think we need to continue to do that. Are you going back in for more? Which one are you going for?
What are the lower ones? I'm hoping to counteract the really hot.
That's a great idea. Yeah, because it just keeps going.
I
don't know. I have no idea what's on these though anymore. So, well,
I'm trying anything right now. I think the yogurt made my lips stop burning, but like I can't. My nose is tingling. It's like I don't know.
And with that, any last words? Any last words of wisdom for 2021 before we send this off?
Yeah, my biggest thing for 2021, be the change. One thing that we know, everybody's on edge, but now's the time to make change, y'all. We can do it. You see something in your community, in your school system, in your organization that needs to be changed. Don't wait for somebody else to do it. Oh gosh, do it. Figure it out. Oh gosh, I almost said something I shouldn't have said.
Be that change, folks. And hopefully your hair isn't tingling out there and you can feel your teeth as well. I do like Tana's last idea here. The next time we need to have the take a wine out of tech innovation. I like that better than what's hot in ed tech. Let's take wine. Of course, that could end up poorly as well. All right, everybody. Well, this has been a special episode of the Undisrupted podcast. Thank you for joining us, and for all of our listeners out there, and be sure to subscribe and give us a review. Thank you for those of you that joined us live on this live recording of it as well. Be sure to check out our Facebook page at the Undisrupted podcast. We appreciate it. And of course, if you want to go ahead and give us a review or anything like that and tell us that we're crazy, that's fine too. We'll put it in the next show or in a future show. So this has been the Undisrupted podcast, brought to you by Future Ready Schools. He's Adam, and you can follow him at AskAdam3.
That's Carl, and on the Twitters and stuff at Mr. Hooker. And remember, we're better together, and
we are better
undisrupted.
Thanks, everybody. See ya.